Peace be upon you. I am Pt13, and this is Quranomics and part 13 from the Islam of the Quran to the Islam of the Hadith. Imam Al-Shafi'i, the true founder of traditional Sunni Islam religion. Title: Al-Shafi'i abrogating Quran verses based on heresay. A. Al-Shafi'i supposes that the abrogator and abrogated in the book are not indicated by the book alone, but also by the Sunnah, and the Sunnah he invented, of course. And as he put it in particular, the abrogator and the abrogated signify the book on one part and the Sunnah on the other. Page 113. From here, it's not hard to see how a Shafi'i drove unwillingly or not to shift from the level of interference with the Sunnah to the book, to the level of guessing, estimating the Sunnah to the book, and thus abrogating it. And we counted two witnesses in the chapter, the abrogator and abrogated, which is indicated by consensus, two verses of the five commandments stipulated in the Quran 180 and 240 of Surah Al-Baqarah. A will for parents and next of kin, a will for the husband, and inheritance with wills. Page 138. Is it necessary in this case to take inheritance and wills together, or do inheritance supersede the wills? About this question, Al-Shafi'i says, when the two verses were what we described, it was upon the people of knowledge to seek evidence from the book of God. If they did not find a text in the book of God, they seek it in the Sunnah of the Messenger of God. And the Sunnah here, we mean himself, Shafi'i. If found, they accept it on the authority of the Messenger of God, and on the authority of God, they accept it with what's required to obey. Page 138, 139. We note here that Al-Shafi'i artificially fabricates the forms required to be inferred from the Sunnah of the Messenger of God. He differentiates between inheritance and wills, as if the will could be other than the inheritance, as in old and new, but it's actually choice. I'm saying that it's actually choice, but he couldn't differentiate. He just thought it's a test, and it's up to him, the scholars, or the Sunnah to abrogate one of them. Thus, he throws the idea of abrogating the will into two verses that have no fault, but being an explicit text of commandments. So, as we see and we note from a Shafi'i how he's taken it further, he's daring more and more and further to go deeper and dismantle the Quran and void it from it being a perfect book into a book full of holes, full of abrogated verses that, and then some verses could be read but never executed, just like the inheritance law that we could read it, but it's no longer active. Why? Because the Shafi'i says so. A Shafi'i not only abrogates the Quran, he abrogated the religion and abrogated God's will on earth to give to the people the freedom he wants for the people. So Quran is in that part of the world is just plainly frozen. It's not there. But the Quran, as we will see in future videos, the Quran is actually active, live and well in the West, right here. In the West. It's actually live and well. And they practice it more than they ever will know. So in future videos, we will, like I said, we'll take it step by step to show everybody how the Quran is actually here in the West, but under a different name. But it's the same rule. It's the same rule. I mean, people could accept it or not, but what's in the Quran coincides and agrees with what other people say. So I am Qadi Tayyib. This is Quranomics, and thank you for watching.